Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition here on the NDB Media Network, trekking across the universe. It should be arcing across the universe, as it was clarified to me on this morning's program on Sports Talk with the Guys. But today is April 22nd, 2023. How apropos that today would be Earth Day. But hey, yes, it is. Well, for some of us, we're just starting out. It's midday. And for some of us, it's coming to an end. But a glorious, glorious day. Folks, you know who I am. I'm Roger. That's Michael. That's Jag. Want to welcome our guest. And we're going to have Jag introduce our guest and see if it works.
I can't remember it now. Is it Tanasije?
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
it is.
Tanasije.
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome to our podcast, and we're happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so thrilled to be here.
All kidding aside, Tanasije, would you kindly pronounce your last name so we out here in America may butcher it properly?
Well, they butcher it in Serbia also, so it's fine.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, it's Cakic.
Cakic.
Yeah.
Tanasije Cakic.
Yeah.
It's okay. Cakic. Did we get close?
Yeah, pretty close.
Oh,
it's
good.
Yeah.
I guess the Latin boys aren't doing too badly, huh, Michael?
That's right.
Yeah. I'm at a disadvantage.
It's all good. I do want to welcome everyone in the chat room. Of course, Elizabeth, permission granted. Tiffany, how you doing? And yes, today is Earth Day or Arc Day. What a wonderful start. Want to give a shout out to everyone who's giving us a little bit of love already. Bobby Nash, world-renowned author. Bobby Nash is giving us a like. Tiffany Weiss is also giving us like. Folks, come on. You know how it works. The old guys here on the bottom need support. We need you to like and subscribe. And we also need a little bit of loving during the program. If you give us a like, hey, we would appreciate it. And look, everyone coming in. Yes, Tiffany.
Yes.
And, of course, Marsha Middleton. Hi, all. So this is the way it's going to work. You'll see the comments that, oh, there it is. It's love. This is the chat room. So, Tanasije, this is live around the world, which is really neat. And what impresses me about the technology is think about where you are, think about where we are, and the conversation is almost, if not, instantaneous.
Yeah, it's the future. We're living it.
It is, and you are even living a greater future.
That's right.
Yes. It is absolutely
I've been
awesome.
to space. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael, very quickly, why don't you describe to us what we're talking about, the program that is 100 years in the future, and what are we talking about right now?
I don't even know what we're talking about. I guess we're talking about. Oh, am I delayed again?
Yeah, you're delayed again. It looks like a foreign movie. So we have 3 countries in now, or 3 nationalities. So
okay, let me get rid.
It's right. You have to reset, Michael. But all kidding aside, Tanasije, why don't you go ahead and tell us why? Well, first of all, as I did before the program went live, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. I understand this is one of your first endeavors doing this.
We're first podcast ever.
Wow. So this is your first. So it is not our first, but it is still very much exciting for us. And Tanasije, where are you in the world? I know Serbia, but don't give the address, but the city. Where are you at?
Belgrade, Serbia.
You are in Belgrade. For those of us that know and don't know, I'm, of course, in Southern California. Jag is in San Antonio. Michael's in the nation's capital of the United States. Everyone in the chat room, folks, let us know who you are and where you hail from. It's kind of nice to know. But, Tanasije, why don't you let us know we're here for you, but one of the other major reasons why we're here.
Yeah.
And don't be nervous.
What do you want me to say? Well, I didn't hear the question.
Whatever you'd like.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
How did you get aboard of the Ark? How's that?
Oh, it's quite a funny story actually. Like a portion of the Ark was cast in Serbia since it was filmed in Serbia entirely. And at the moment, I've been working in a casting agency for about a month. and I was a good English speaker, but I'm not a famous actor here or really known one. And they were doing castings for the Ark in the same offices that I worked in. And a few of the people, like the Serbian casting director, Steven, who ended up playing in the Ark, were smoking on the terrace. And I came up to them and tried to perfect my English all the way, and was like, I'm sorry guys, do you mind me standing here smoking? And they were like, no, 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 go ahead. And they were like, oh my god, you speak very good English. And I was like, yeah. And yeah, that's how I got a chance to be cast for the Ark. And I actually went in for a different role, but I'm glad I didn't get it, since it was killed off quite early on in the show.
Yes.
And yeah, I got a second chance with a different role, and I got it. It was Florian.
Great.
Yeah, and
Great.
it's kind of a mixture of right place and the right time and the right people.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah. And it was actually, it's kind of like the universe all collided in that one
Mhm.
moment. Like,
Yes.
it was a big opportunity, and I value it greatly.
Good.
There are many people that would refer to that as a happy accident,
Yes.
but
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
the way life is.
That's
Tiffany
the way-
says she loves the accent.
Thank you.
But-
Yes.
Of course, it would be incredibly condescending for me to say you speak it well. How many languages do you speak?
Well, with the Balkan guys, it's kind of hard to tell. Since it depends what you consider a language.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sure.
but formally, I speak Serbian, and I speak English. I speak a bit of German. I learned it in school for 12 years, but it's never enough for German for me. I can understand a bit of Italian, since we had Latin in high school. And actually, I speak Croatian, Bosnian, Montenegrin, Macedonian.
Wow.
Kind of the same language, but don't tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will
That
know.
is impressive.
That's
You speak
great.
multiple languages.
Well, it's kind of the situation in Europe. You are kind of in schools, you're obligated to, like, we have English all the way, and the other language, it's usually German, French, or Russian. And yeah, you're kind of forced to speak multiple languages in a way, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
I'm
grandmother
sending
used
a
to say
message
that.
to Michael right now. Hopefully, we're able to get him back. But Marcia has
Yeah.
a question. How would you describe? I know she corrected it here. Sorry, Marcia. How not disrobe, but
Disrobe,
that
yeah.
might have been a Freudian, but that's all right. How would you describe your character?
Well, I when I first went into the PFI studios for the fitting, I was talking to our costume designer Ivana Vasic English, and she was. We came up with this for him, that he's a flower with thorns, because his name is Florian, which means somebody who has something to do with flowers, right?
Right.
With flora. And with the first episode, we realized he's quite feisty and quite a character. And we imagined him as very flamboyant and like a rose with thorns. It's beautiful, but it can, prick
Mhm.
you.
Can hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So-
not gonna kill you probably, but he might sting you or something.
So
Yeah.
when you were cast on the show and it was your first day, you maybe saw the set for the first time. How did you react? Were you excited?
I was
or-
overwhelmed. I was really overwhelmed. And the first scene, the first day on set, the first scene I did was the scene in episode 1 with Chris Leask, who's playing
Jasper?
Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
and I frightened to death. Like it was Dean was very nice to me. He led me all the way. He let me try several different things. He really wanted me to figure out what I would like to play in this character. But there was a lot of people. It was like 80 extras and like since I have much more of a theater background here in Serbia, I realized halfway through that I'm yelling every line, and that I don't need to, since like the mic is here. Like, why would I? And yeah, it was a bit scary, but overwhelming. I couldn't believe that this was happening to me, and like the set, it was like I wouldn't believe that it was filmed in Serbia in a way. Like
Wow.
we don't have any or a little sci-fi projects here,
Right.
Like I think there's one movie that was released in 2016, and I think right now is being released a movie that is
Really?
sci-fi. Yeah. But yeah, there's not much. I think for sci-fi you need to have. Oh, hello, Michael.
Welcome back.
Hopefully,
You
I
need-
can stay this time.
yeah. For sci-fi, I think you need to have a bigger budgets, which in Serbia isn't always a situation, and kind of sometimes for sci-fis the audience is a bit slimmer than the comedies or the action shows or whatever. So yeah, the first time on a sci-fi set, set in space, with a lot of foreigners like me acting in English, it was overwhelming. Yeah.
Wow.
But the second day on set was very good. It was the scene from the third episode. I don't know who watched it, but the rave one.
Yes.
The
So
young ladies are losing their mind in the chat room there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I caught that one earlier on the distro. That was a Freudian slip, but all kidding aside, Michael, thank you for being able to resolve the issues.
welcome back.
Yeah, oh, there it is. Even Tiffany's getting in on that one, but it's all
Oh
good.
boy.
They are liking it.
I did it.
Since this is your first interview, especially here in the United States, or podcast, I apologize. Your first,
Podcast.
yeah, and this is live. Hopefully, we
Mm.
didn't intimidate you when you said, "Oh yeah, we're not recording. This is live," so it's all good. We have folks. We actually have quite a few people watching us. Let us know who you are, where you hail from. Just drop in the state, city, country, or arc that you're on. That would be absolutely awesome. You mentioned,
Like if you're watching from the future.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that might be crossing several universes, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Since this is one of your first, why don't you? I thank you for sharing how you got into the program, but what got you going into theater, which led to acting, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a pattern here in Serbia, since all our acting schools are kind of based in theater acting. Like you have some subjects that are related to, like in fourth year, you have acting on camera or so. And kind of the theater culture in Serbia is very rooted, and we all started off as theater actors. Some people kick off very early in their career and end up on movies and TV shows, and they don't end up in theater. But yeah, it's kind of pattern here. You just do plays, you do, and eventually you end up on TV or film. And here we consider it as the best showcase of an actor is to watch him in theater. It's kind of how it is here in Serbia. But yeah, there's a lot of great actors who don't do theater. Maybe they don't have chances, or I don't know, they're not interested in it. But yeah, it's kind of the same, and it's kind of different. It works the same, just the style is different. The way you do things is different, but the core of it is all the same. So yeah, you just have to have it in practice.
Thank you, Thomas. Let me interrupt real quick. We're getting a few comments in the chat room that they're having difficulty catching all the comments. So what I recommend is this. I need Michael's assistant. Michael, would you be able to post the YouTube link right here in the chat room? And also, folks, head on over to twitch.tv and you should be able to see everything. Twitch.tv/NDB Media. I'm going to post it right there. We don't have any issues right there, but we also have it on YouTube, and that should help us out. So, folks, we want you to share in the conversation, the comments, everything. Let us know what's going on. And as soon as Michael's able to get me that link, because I know he will, because he is the bomb, we'll be able to go ahead. Jag, in the meantime,
but before we go, I want to clarify something. If you're watching on YouTube, you can only see the comments that people post on YouTube. If you're looking on Facebook, you can only look at the Facebook comments.
Makes sense.
That's why we post the comments up here. If you want to be with your friends and chat back and forth, you have to be using the same thing.
The same
either
platform.
Twitch or Facebook or YouTube.
But we're friends, Michael. What does this mean? We're friends.
What does that mean? No, that means you. It's the bunny rabbit ears.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Jump around and
all right, we're being juvenile right now. You have quite a few admirers, and the comments are in the chat room. So now you know what to do. Thank you for clarity on that, Michael. We're going to be posting every post that we can. So Jag, please go ahead.
So I have a question. So has acting been something that you've been wanting to do since you were a young child? That you wanted to become acting, or did you try something else?
It's quite a cliche. Yeah, I started acting when I was 8. I attended drama studio nearby it's called Two Angry Worms. And
Okay.
I stayed with them the next 12 years till I was 18. And yeah, I'm not that good at math, but anyways,
Neither am I.
When it was time for me to go to college, when I finished high school, I got into Academy of Arts, which is art college here in Serbia, and yeah, I graduated that in time. It was a 4-year program. And that's about it. I graduated in 2020. It was kind of disturbed by COVID.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I had my graduational play, since you can't graduate acting without the play here in Serbia. And I had it booked on March the 18th, I think. And here in Serbia, on March the 15th, it was pronounced, what is it called? Like the
lockdown. The lockdown.
Yeah. Not entirely lockdown, but what I don't know what's the name of it when the state goes in
emergency.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and the lockdown followed 7 days later.
Okay.
Yeah, and so my graduational play postponed for 7 months.
Yes.
And I graduated during this weird COVID season. It was 1 seat and 3 empty seats, and then 1 seat again, and so on. But it was good because since we had much less people in the audience, the Academy let us play it more times then. So it ended up good, actually. Yeah. So
good. So acting was in your blood, and you just wanted to pursue it, and now you're on board the arc. And my follow-up question is, a lot of people work hard to get to a television show or a movie, and then as you know, Dean Devlin is known pretty much worldwide as the father of science fiction and so forth. So did you get to meet him? And I think you said you did. And then the other thing is, how did you feel meeting that incredible person? I mean, he was right there in front of you.
Yeah, well, he was so kind, and he was so simple in a way, so humble. I don't know, and it was quite an experience in a way that I felt really free with him. I couldn't I felt like I couldn't make bad move with him. Like whatever I did, it was safe. So it was. I felt really guided, and he's just a great guy. I wish he stayed longer in Belgrade. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that was a good experience for you. And that's what I've heard across the board from a lot of other people that have been interviewed or podcasted. They say Dean is just a wonderful guy. And
He is.
so that's good to know that, that you had a good experience. I'm going to pass it on to Michael or Roger on whatever else they want to ask.
Very quickly, I want to give a quick shout out to Victoria Avalon. Thank you for the like. We're up to 4. We absolutely love it. Are eternally grateful and thankful. Folks, there's quite a few people watching. Please like and subscribe. We are eternally grateful and thank you. And this is the first episode of a 2-parter over 2 days. So this is the setup for tomorrow, which is going to be absolutely exciting. And it is even now. So, folks, fire off your questions in the chat room. The old guys need the likes and the subscribes. So, Tanasije, I don't know if... Oh, there it is. Tiffany says, Archaholics, love you all.
I don't know if you know this, but in the United States, we gave ourselves a nickname called the Archaholics.
I didn't know. It's quite funny.
Yeah. So basically, it's the arc, and then holic is the addiction of the show, so it's Archaholics. Well, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roger.
Not at all. It is very creative. I do admit. Tiffany, thank you. In the USA, yes, of course. I just want to put it out there. Tanasije, are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Anything like that?
I'm only on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I quit Twitter. It was a bad influence.
Gee, I wonder why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can get your Instagram link up in a moment, and we'll see.
I'll get it for you.
Thank you, Michael. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm going to be posting it on our webpage too. So,
and I'm ready to follow.
Get it here.
Yes, we are definitely going to be willing to follow right now. So I ask you to bear with us because, ladies and gentlemen, we were on early before we went live, and as I fear, I'm hoping we're not going to leave it all on the cutting room floor because we were talking quite a bit before we went live. But which is absolutely awesome. Marcia, you see, I know the answer to this. Marcia, have you been able to watch all of the episodes? Which this is really a creative answer. This is cool.
Yeah. Actually, no. Since all the episodes of ARC were aired in the USA, but in Europe, it just started airing like 2 weeks ago. And currently in Europe, we're on episode 2. But in Serbia, there's a great deal of pirating, but I didn't want to go there and pirate all the episodes. So I'm patiently waiting for it to roll out in Europe, and then I'll binge watch it. I've read all the scripts, though, but I'll binge watch it when it all goes out in Europe.
Has your life begun to change? I know you're barely in the second week or so. I imagine it's begun even just a little bit because...
Well, this is the change. Like, this podcast is actually the change. Other than that, no, quite no. I've had some wonderful opportunities because of ARC. Like, I got with my agency, Slavic Artists, because of the ARC, which is great. I have a lovely agent there. I elevated my CV quite much with this and so on. But like, yeah, the everyday life is kind of the same. I've had a few people message me that they watched the show and that they loved me in it. And I was quite taken by a storm by that because like, I didn't expect anybody to know this, but wow. I guess I'm here now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's about it. I will just see how it goes.
Well, Tanasije, after that look you gave in the first episode, which I think they were complaining about the calorie count, that was funny. I guess it
hilarious.
Wasn't a dirty look, but why don't you go a little bit? Okay, All right, I'm actually jumping ahead because we did unfortunately discuss this before we went live. But usually we ask our guests in the United States. I don't want to say the more sophisticated or the producers will sometimes create what we call a Bible for the crew, where they describe what the series is about, what the roles are, maybe some upcoming arcs, whatever. Oh, pardon the pun. The upcoming arcs. Oh, that was lame. But anyway, story arcs and stuff. We were told that they didn't receive much of it. So, as an actor, a thespian, you make up some of your story, don't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. We didn't get all of the character arcs in the beginning, and we weren't quite sure where are we gonna go. So, and Dean, like I said, I don't know if I said it like when we were live or before, but Dean actually was very kind to let me try out different things and see where I will take my character. And so basically I made up a whole backstory for him, and I think now is a good time to share it.
Yes.
So since he was Florian Rupnik, I was like, okay, I think he's Slovenian. Like, I don't know why it made sense to me. And I was like, okay, he decided to be part of this crew on the ship because he wanted to become famous as one of the few people that were on the first spaceship that's gonna go to explore different worlds, right? And when they woke up, I imagined him being devastated because yeah, he wasn't a star. He ended up being a custodian. It wasn't the plan. He planned on sipping cocktails and being a star. Like, and now he ends up working in a mess hall, a kitchen, basically, handing out these little bits and pieces of food, you know. And I just thought that he hated every single part of his job, of all of it, and that he was just annoyed, and then that he thinks he's above it all. Like, I always approach him as a person who thinks he would be a better captain of the ship than everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, and now that you say that, that kind of reminds me of a male version of Kat. Kat was the same way.
Yeah, kind of.
She thought she was above everything, and that she was going to be sitting down sipping martinis or drinks all day. So your explanation of your character reminds me of a male version of Kat.
And the difference is that he ended up being a worker, like, and she kind of didn't. And it's kind of strange. Like, a lot of people, I think, have big dreams, and when they end up working on 9 to 5 or being a custodian or whatever, it's kind of sad how those dreams can tear up your emotional status, your psyche. Yeah, and I tried to play with it and try to be kind of quirky with it. I didn't want to go on a dark, sad note with it, but you know how to be quirky with all this darkness. Yeah.
I think you did a great job. I really
Thank
did.
you.
I think you did an exceptional job with that character.
Yeah,
looking back and seeing that the look that you give the guy, it's really funny. It adds nuance and it adds weight, knowing the look that he's giving a man. Look, it's like, obvious he's unhappy, doesn't want to do any of that, but the nuance that you give it right here, oh, it's absolutely brilliant.
And it's even really funnier because as as Jasper leaves, other people show up for the food, and he's just like, you know,
again, this. Yeah, and I had really, really fun situations with the extras on the set because, like, in scenes when we were in the third plan or so on, I acted my guts out every time, and I always gave them death stares, and I was very pissed with them for not. Like, it's so simple. Why couldn't you just grab your little card box and go, you know? And some extras thought I hated him personally. and like one girl I remember was like, "Why aren't you nice to me in the scenes?" And I was like, "It's my character. I'm a rude bitch." Like, like it's not about you personally. He just hates everything. And she was like, but can't you just be nice to me?" And I was like, "Sure, honey, whatever."
I mean, I have sometimes a problem with differentiating between an actor and the actual character. I had an issue with Stacy, and I was calling her Alicia,
Yeah.
and stuff. So sometimes because you do such a good job,
Yeah.
and in, or if you're playing a mean character, like a really mean character, people will mistake you as to being like you're really like that in real life. So
Yeah.
that just speaks to me. That speaks that you are an exceptional actor if you can have people react that way.
Yeah.
That's me.
Well, genuine reactions are always the best kind of tell. So, yeah, I support that statement.
Well, as a
Good.
matter of fact, you have two quick comments. Dean lets his artists have free reign to create their characters, and that allows for brilliance on screen. Yes.
I agree.
And Marcia says, you conveyed that so wonderfully. I saved a screenshot of your scene with fake Jasper Dades. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a meme. Thank you.
Oh, it may very well be a meme. The looks
Yeah.
you're giving him, dude. And you just, I forget which angle you had, but
Yeah.
it's
Like
yeah.
you're not happy. Yeah, there it is. There
Yeah.
it is.
Oh my goodness, yes. And
Are
it's
you kidding
absolutely
me?
funny what you're sharing with us, that even the cast were like, dude, what's the problem? That is funny. Michael, I'm glad you're back. Marcia
welcome
says
back,
you're
Michael.
back. Tiffany says,
Yeah.
great job, of course. I don't know if she's talking about Michael, about returning, or your job.
Both. I say both.
Okay.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Folks, Instagram, right down there. It is Instagram.com, Tanasije. Is that correct? Am I getting the
Yeah.
pronunciation more or less?
Tanasije.
I got him.
Oh,
Following him. Got him.
I'm going to be doing the following myself. Oh, Michael sends
I'm
me a
going to
text
follow you
message trying to
later
reconnect.
after the episode.
Oh, hey, it's all good. So, Michael, let's see the foreign language dubbing. Come on, say something.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, okay, all right.
Look at him.
We've made a joke of that over the years, and every now and then Michael's connection will, stagnate, and it's absolutely hilarious. Perfect speech, but it's about 2-3 seconds behind. And it was happening right now. So, did you beat up the people that are living in the house there, Michael? Tell them to get offline.
Yeah, I had to move to my tablet because my computer is hooked up to the device that streams to the whole house, and sometimes if somebody else is being a internet hog, their connection goes really slow.
They're probably streaming the Ark. Leave them alone.
It very might well be, but look at what's going on right now, Michael. You own the place. You should have established.
I know. I should disconnect them all, but that's be too rude.
Okay, you should get Felix.
Be a Florian. Be a Florian.
Oh, that's right.
Be a Florian. Just disconnect everybody.
Give them the look.
Give them the look. There you go.
Tighten up the diet. There it would be right there. The internet diet. Well, Michael, I'm glad you're back in. Will Michael jump in with any questions right now? If not, we'll go right back to Jag in this one. And any more questions in the chat room, comments as well? I did mention this. Tiffany said, great job. Poor Michael, keep losing you. And Tiffany said, yes. We haven't asked the question yet, Tiffany.
But yes.
She's getting
we
ahead.
know you want to, Tiffany, but we haven't asked yet. So,
Michael, do you want to, since you've been out a little bit, do you want to ask a question?
Well, I'm not sure what we did, but I'll ask something that probably nobody did ask.
By the way, where the hell's Richard? He just liked the episode.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's having internet troubles too. Who knows?
Whatever. I'll see if I bring him in. All right, whatever.
Yeah, but what was your first movie that you had been in? Was it White Crow, or did you do something before White Crow?
Well, someone did his homework.
Oh, a good question.
Yeah.
White Crow was wait, let me check. Yeah, I think White Crow was the first professional big production movie that I was in. It was a movie also shot in Serbia, directed by Ralph Fiennes, and yeah, it was quite star-striking to me in a way. Like, I actually, when I started acting as a young boy at 8, I also started taking ballet lessons. And yeah, I've got some chops there. And I quit eventually, like 6 years in, I quit. And when I was, I think, I was second year of college, which is like 1920. They cast me to play a ballet student in the White Crow, which is a ballet movie actually. And when I realized it was directed by Ralph Fiennes, like, I nearly shit my pants. And
I know the feeling.
like, they called me for rehearsal in National Theater, and there was all of this famous Serbian ballet dancers and me. and
you.
And I didn't know the hell what I was doing, but it was it was a dream and a nightmare. and in one scenario, like, Ralph was like, "You're so pretty. You should be in the center of every of the choreography." And I was like, "Yeah, sure," but the jumps, the moves, the choreography had, I couldn't keep up with them, like, and he eventually realized that I'm an actor and not a professional ballet dancer, and they moved me to back, like, step by step. And but they kept me for one scene where I was only acting. Eventually, when the movie got out, sadly, those scenes ended up being a part of a montage sequence, which is like, snap, 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 snap. And so you don't get a chance to see me do anything quite. But it was a great experience, and I even have a photo with Ralph Fiennes, and he told me I'm a pretty boy, so
Well, that works.
my life just ended there. It's good enough.
Wow, that's funny.
So
I do want to welcome Richard. I guess who's out and about.
Hi.
Richard, where are you at?
I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, well, at least you're getting food right now. Probably the
So
smartest
I
one
got
here. Hey, Richard.
Yeah.
I just got a few minutes here till my daughter arrived, so I thought I'd stop in real quick and say hello to our guest.
Hi, Richard.
I'm sorry I don't have my usual tie on for you, but it's casual Saturday.
Yeah, he's the professional one. He always
He's the
takes the time
professional.
to dress. He does. Yeah, all kidding aside, it's always high collar and tie. I'm halfway there this time. No tie this time. But Richard, thank you for joining. Do you want to have any? Do you want to ask him any questions? He's going to be on with us again tomorrow. But
I'm sorry, Roger. I was going to ask if the background music is too loud for you. I could always leave, but
No,
actually, it's okay.
it's good.
all right. So if I get up and start dancing, don't mind me.
Oh, well, then
There you go.
A little bit of serendipity. That's what we were just told right now. So, Richard, do you have any questions for him right now before we lose you?
No, I just dropped in. I was just got here, and I
Okay.
just
Welcome.
relaxing.
So
Tanasije, he's going to be on with us as well tomorrow, but I guess he went out with his daughter this time, which is a good father. Good.
It's
for
a
you.
Saturday. It's fine.
He's doing a double header.
Yes, he's on with us
Yeah.
tomorrow, man.
he's on tomorrow.
Yes,
Oh,
we're
that's
kicking it
cool.
off. Tiffany says hi, even though she wants to board ARC 47, but hey, whatever.
Oh,
there we go. Marsha
there we
already
go.
wants to know, what are some of your off-work hobbies?
Well, that's a good question. Since when you become a professional actor, you realize that your hobby became your profession. And for moments you feel kind of lost with the hobbies. And I started yoga in October.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's quite good actually. I enjoy it very, very much. I used to love photography, but I became fed up with it in a way. And I don't know, I just do things that are interesting for me in the particular moment. Like I might end up being a cook. Nobody knows. Yeah,
Life imitating art or art imitating life?
that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's
Well, if
good.
any of you ladies want to join me, I'm here at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, no, hey, Richard, funny. They came to visit our guest.
Hey, they're the ones I want to know if I'm going to bring snacks or buy snacks.
Well, then maybe you should.
Yes, that's right.
If you can
So,
send them to Serbia, it would be nice. But
Oh,
if they,
dude, there you go.
yeah,
I was looking over. You have a couple of, and I can't say that. I'm going to butcher this. So you
Yeah,
were
you
a,
are.
a decorator in Bukkasidi. I'm
it
looking at your
was,
IMDb.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was. It was a movie. Actually, it was a fun project. It was a concert movie for a
Oh,
band
okay.
called Butch Cassidy. Yeah, and it was shot during COVID since they had a tour booked, and like COVID canceled the tour, and they decided to shoot their concert but put it in a meta movie. It was kind of meta concert. It's interesting concept. The fans loved it,
Ah,
and I was playing a decorator for the concert. Like yeah,
good deal. But
it
that was a
was it
Serb.
was shot on college, so it was college type of project, but it made it big for their fans. So
Got
yeah,
it. Okay.
Marsha wants to know, have you been to the USA?
never actually. I've only traveled through Europe, and that's it. I didn't have many chances though. I mean, there is a lot of this work and travel programs for people from Europe and Serbia. Like it's people who get visas, and if they're in college, they get visas, and they can have summer jobs in U.S. and for like 3 months, and they do traveling for the next two, and so on. I didn't want to apply because I didn't want to miss out on school, but who knows? In the future, I might.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good
Okay.
stuff.
Good.
Tiffany says, sorry, Jag, we'll go to you in a moment.
That's fine.
Will you only be on for a season? Well, that would be directed to everyone, right? At this point?
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody knows. I hope so. I hope they keep me for season two. And I hope Florian develops because I have some ideas. um,
Yeah.
yeah, and like it would be quite nice. It was a job I loved actually, so I would love to do it again.
One of the things I liked about the arc is that it showcased obviously the main actors and the people there, but it also allowed the Cogner, Griff,
Mhm.
Florian to also have their shine in the show.
Yeah,
So I personally think that they will probably, if they're the smart people I know they are, they'll probably develop those characters in season two because
hope so. Knock on wood.
yes, knock on wood, because like I said, they did a good job of showcasing a lot of the people that were on the arc that
Mhm.
were secondary characters or secondary in the sense of story, not necessarily in status, right? Because I still
Yeah,
think I loved your character, even
yeah.
though it was not often. I love, the rave one was awesome. That was
I love
great.
that scene. It was so crazy, and I asked all the people in the costume, like, "Can you give me more of those bandages and bandanas?" Like, I took all of them, and I was
That
like, "I'm gonna
was
put one here and one there and one there and one there." He's so high. Yeah.
I mean, that was a good, and then to have, I think it's Garnett that came up to you, right? It's you kind of like, I want to have a rave, and we're not part of the military, and you're like,
Yeah. What the fuck? We're having fun, and you can
uh,
steer the ship, whatever.
yeah, and But it was funny to see that, and so I do hope that the Florian character does continue because it is a little bit of a contrast. So
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, it's a space for relief during a show, and I think
yes,
that's important for every show.
yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
Anything else?
You mentioned that you had a chance to read the scripts, obviously, as opposed to seeing them because you have not seen the episodes yet in full run. So,
yeah.
as you were reading the episodes and the storyline for the arc, were you surprised by where the story went? Did you guess right on some
Yeah,
items?
no,
You seem
no.
invested.
No, I didn't guess anything right. Like
Welcome.
whenever I found out that somebody was being killed off, I was so sad. Like one of the I don't know how much I can say, but one of my colleagues on the show, like co-stars, when he was being killed off, I was so sad. Like I took it so personally. We were kind of close, and I enjoyed being on set with him. And when I found out he was being killed off, it was something. And
Yeah.
then it happened again with a different co-star, and so on. And yeah, and I was quite. I didn't expect actually when we started filming. I didn't expect there to be other arcs and new characters. And yeah, I thought it was going to be like a closed situation in a way where we would fall out one by one in the arc one, and like only the people that survive are going to have screen time in a way. Like it's where the story will go. But so I was really, really surprised when I found out that there's going to be lots of new characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that, I mean, I can see because even us, that have already seen everything, even we were surprised through the episodes. Like we would think something and then something completely different happened. And
Yeah.
the writers are really good at that. And
Mhm.
even at the end that we all got to see the season finale here.
Mhm.
We had already theories of what we were thinking was going to happen, and they were shot to hell.
We were all wrong.
We were shot to hell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had one right that there was a 12-episode run. Yeah, go, Richard.
Yeah.
I predicted that the planet would explode.
You did. That's true.
Oh, that's
right.
And you said that long before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Several
Now,
episodes.
oh, by the way, you know what? No, we have to be very careful because the audience that our guest is bringing
In Europe,
right. We have to be careful. We apologize. Oh,
But,
yeah.
but
So-
No,
we didn't see Twitch fans, so
Spoiler alert. Too late for that.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it went without
we'll
saying.
edit the video. We'll put it in the.
there's a lot of
no,
other
no.
things going on, so it's fine.
No explosion. Don't mind me. No explosion. I just made.
No.
There's gonna be a lot of explosions, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff exploded. Yeah, the food exploded. Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
my food.
I exploded. Just
Too
kidding.
much beer at Buffalo
Oh.
Wild Wings. Yeah.
There you go. The earth flavor. That's right.
It is.
Oh.
It is difficult because Spain just started, I believe, last week or the week before. They moved Europe, the UK, from the April 25th to May 25th or 26th. So there's quite a few new countries. Poland, I think, just started as well. So it is.
Well, I think that in Serbia we're watching Sci-Fi Poland. That's the one we've got here. So I think it's like the EU and Serbia and West Balkans are having a premiere where it was aired like to started airing. What the fuck's going on? It started airing 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I say it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
And yeah, and I think the UK is the exception in Europe. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, here we have the Polish sci-fi.
Good.
Yeah.
I wanna
Oh
leave
yeah,
on
we
this
have to.
one.
I guess we have to be careful a little bit.
Elizabeth asked, Okay, if his character continues, who would be his match in the Juno project, or just a random love interest? I'll tell you one thing: the young lady that was giving you like, "Be nice to me," she probably wouldn't be your match.
No. No.
So you're the-
Or maybe it would be a contrast.
Oh, well, yeah,
Huh.
that is true.
Yeah, but I have no clue.